wọ́n jẹ́ kí Islam kó wúyàn púpọ̀. He was a former chairman of couple of times of Muslim Pilgrimage Welfare Board. We are proud of Professor Kamil Koyejo that we call K.K. Olosho. Is the Waziri Waziri Muslimin of Oyo State. A well-deserved title. Salamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Yes, Esheun. Okay. Ẹ jọ̀wọ́, my favorite Honorable Kehinde Subar. Nígbà tí ó wà ní House of Assembly, màá ní Kehinde mi nù èmi ní Táíwò rẹ̀. I am Táíwò Olúfẹ́mi Pópóọlá, màá ní Kehinde. Ó tí fún Táyé rẹ̀ ní nǹkan yóò ní má bọ̀. Honorable Kehinde Subar has come to alert me that we still have some rowdiness towards the front here. We want the place of honor. Let us honor our excellencies in the front. Ẹ jọ̀wọ́, ẹ jẹ́ káwọn èèyàn kúrò lójú ọ̀nà yẹn. Ẹ má jẹ́ ká dẹ̀ pariwo lé àwọn ọlọ́lá wa tó wà níwájú lórí. Torí pé ní Ìbàdàn, ní Ọ̀yọ́ State, ní Nàìjíríà, a máa ń fi ọ̀wọ̀ fún àwọn àgbàlagbà. A máa ń fi ọ̀wọ̀ fún àwọn ọlọ́lá. A máa ń fi ọ̀wọ̀ fún àwọn tí Ọlọ́run kó ìkẹ́ ànábì lé lọ́wọ́. A máa ń fi ọ̀wọ̀ fún àwọn ìyá wa àti àwọn bàbá wa. A máa ń fi ọ̀wọ̀ fún ọ̀pọ̀lọpọ̀ èèyàn. Even ọmọdé gan-an a máa ń fi ọ̀wọ̀ fún. Ó ní ẹ rí wípé abiyamọ pọn ọmọ báyìí. Wọ́n ní abiyamọ gbọ́dọ̀ àgbàlagbò wà lọ́jà kórí ọmọ tuntun wọ́. Bí ó bá pọn ọmọ dáadáa, wọ́n mọ̀ ní ẹ tún rí ọmọ yìí ṣe o, ẹ fọ̀já mú dáadáa o. I like àwọn fún àwọn ọmọdé lọ́wọ́. We have respect for life. We have respect for dignity of the person. And that's part of what stands us out as Omoluabi, as Yoruba. We celebrate life. When we give birth to new children, we celebrate. Gbogbo ẹbí ló máa wá. Tá bá fẹ́ ṣe ìyàwó, pé we want to start another family. Gbogbo ẹbí ló máa wá, ọmọ ẹ̀gbọ́n ọmọ àbúrò. Tí àwọn àgbàlagbà wa bá tún lọ sílé, a tún ṣe ayẹyẹ ńlá, a tún máṣọ ẹbí, a máa pe àwọn ogun ọ̀run pé ẹ máa gbọ́ o. Àwọn màláíkà Ọlọ́run pé àwa ń lùlù, à ń sọ fún wọn wípé ẹni rẹ̀ kan ń bọ̀ o. Ẹni rẹ̀ notice là ń fún wọn. À ń ṣàdúrà fún àwọn òkú wa. À ń ṣèrántí wọn. À ń sọ fún àwọn màláíkà yìí pé come and bear witness that a beautiful soul that has existed on earth is going back home. Ẹ ṣílẹ̀kùn fún wọn. Ní èní, à ń ṣe ìrántí ayọ̀ bàbá wa. 11/11. Nígbà tá a wà ní primary school in the 70s. 11/11. Wọ́n máa ń pè ní Heroes Day. Heroes Day náà máa ń pè ọjọ́ àwọn akọni. Ọjọ́ náà ni bàbá sùn. And that speaks volumes. That tells us something about great Lam Adesina. He's not just an ordinary person. He's a great soul. Àwọn àkàndá Ọlọ́run ni. And so today, 11/11, we are launching the first ever Lam Adesina annual lecture series. Shall we give ourselves a beautiful round of applause? Okay. Aki Babawa Alhaji Ahmed Ayinla, APC leader from Olorun Shogo, we welcome you, sir. And Alhaji Olaleko Kazim, APC leader from Ishen. And Lam Adesina Sisters Forum, led by Chief Mrs. Tope Oyesomi. I hope I got that right. Ekabo, we greet you. I learned that one of our own in the legal profession and one of the leaders of government in Oyo State and a practicing senior attorney is here. Barrister, Chief Lowo Obisheson, we welcome you, sir. I must say this, that a lot of the people who serve the great Lamb in government and on personal levels are here. I have mentioned his faithful deputy, his alter ego, and the chairman, Awoni Baba Ito Gbogbo Ìrántí tá ń ṣe yìí, the Central Coordinating Committee, His Excellency, the great barrister, Chief Iyola Oladokun and Mrs. Oladokun, once again. Distinguished Senator Femi Lanleyin, we welcome you, sir. His Excellency Otumba Moses Alake Adeyemo, we welcome you, sir. Our Excellency Senator Monsurat Sumonu, history maker, First Lady to be Speaker in Oyo State and leader of the Forum of Speakers for the Federal Republic of Nigeria and Senator of the Federal Republic. Mama Monsurat Sumonu, we are proud of you, ma'am. There's a man I named Jacob Faithful when Great Lamb was alive. Every time I wanted to introduce him, I would say, look at this young man standing in the public way. He will stand in the public place and he will say, blessed art thou, my leader, my father, referring to Great Lamb. And he remained steadfast till the end. Even today, I remember Lam Adesina's personal assistant in office, his PA, now a leader in the Progressives, Alhaji Fatayi Ibikunle Jacob Faithful, I always call him. Please give him a round of applause for maintaining that integrity. We are proud of our eminent Professor Isiaka Kolawole, powerful leader of the Progressives. I remember when we were campaigning and doing the jingles for Tinubu Shetima. Tinubu Tombo yo. Tinubu la ma dìbò fún pẹ̀lú Shetima. Tinubu la ma dìbò fún. I voiced the jingle. And it was our own Professor Isiaka Kolawole, who was the chairman of the campaign committee in Oyo State for Tinubu Shetima that sponsored that jingle. Shall we give Professor Isiaka Kolawole a round of applause? He has been very consistent from the date of AD. And of course, ọmọ lè jọ bàbá ká máa bínú ọmọ. Ọmọdé yìí dẹ̀ jọ bàbá rẹ̀ jù, ọmọ kò lè jọ bàbá ká máa bínú ọmọ. Somebody told me something, a philosopher, and I agreed with him. He said, when you want immortality, bear children, bear sons. Another one, plant trees. I learned that the sycamore tree on which Zacchaeus climbed to see Jesus is still there in Jerusalem more than 2,000 years after. If you bear sons, your sons can bear your glory and your name till eternity through your children's children. The third form of immortality is to write a book. Write a book. Write a book. We are still reading the Ramayana tales of more than 5,000 years. I read a lot of them. And of course, the Greek tales and legends, which are also close to 5,000 years. Write a book. But today, we are proud that Baba wa Lam Adesina won ko akurun. He had great children. Dr. Wan, who is almost a professor now, who is also committed to public good. And we are hoping that one day he will also come out and aspire to be governor of this state and leader of Nigeria. But one of them, his young son, a younger son, has taken the gauntlet. In this same hall, some years back, almost 10 years ago now, I was the master of ceremonies when it was presented to the whole world that this young son of Lam Adesina is going into streamlined politics of the Progressives. And of course, all the faithful people of this state, they said, yes, we believe in Lam Adesina. And they returned Honorable Dapo Lam Adesina to the Federal House of Representatives. And that to us is a success story. That is a signal that we always believe in a man of honor, a man of integrity, and we believe in his son. Shall we give Honorable Dr. Adesina a beautiful round of applause? Yes. One more. Well, today is the day of glory. I'm happy we are having a lot of progressives. One of the beautiful stories about Ibadan is that Baale Lama Jeni Ibadan. As ilé má tún jẹ Baale gan, ó pẹ́ ká tiẹ̀ tó máa jẹ Baale. Ẹ kàn gbọ́ pé Balógun, Bashorun, leader la máa ní Ibadan. Some will bear their title, like Bashorun Ibikunle, kò jẹ Baale, ó ní Bashorun ló wọ́n jẹ, kí wọ́n lọ bá ń gbé ẹ̀wọ̀n Bashorun wá látọ̀yọ́. Aláàfin ni ní Bashorun méjì, ó ní ẹ̀sà fòun lẹ̀ wọ́n mọ̀ jẹ́ Bashorun, bọ́ bá wù yẹn tún mọ̀ ṣe jẹ́ Bashorun ti yín bẹ̀rùn Ìbàdàn nu, a máa ń fẹ́ lánìí. But sometime in the 40s, by the time Ibadan came up powerfully in regional politics of the Yoruba, as the defender of the Yoruba race, especially against Fulani incursion, after the 1843 attack, Ibadan province came up and we had the enthronement of the first Olubadan of Ibadan land, Okunola Aleshinloye Abbas. One of his grandsons has been carrying that name with dignity. I am happy that I met him at Obafemi Awolowo University. We did a lot of aluta together, and later on in the AD caucus, we were always following the politicians and campaigning together. He went on to become a very active politician. He became chairman in Oluyole. Not only that, he became the chairman of Association of Local Government Chairmen of Nigeria, ALGON. As a matter of fact, he showed the courage, typical courage and valor of the typical Ibadan man. He took Oyo State government to court, up to Supreme Court, when they were dismissed, because another government just came in like that. And he said, you cannot rubbish us. And lo and behold, his appeal at the Supreme Court was successful. His cause was successful, and they were awarded. Today, we welcome our own Aluta Continua. Alesh. Ọmọ akọni, ọmọ bàbá wa Aleshinloye. Alesh. Ayodeji. Abbas. Aleshinloye is in the house. Welcome. Just like great lamb, a man of courage, a great lion you are. We are proud of you. Now, we welcome Alhaji Sunday Owade, APC leader from Orelope, Honorable Modepola Egunjobi, also a leader and member of the House from 2003 to 2007. We also welcome former commissioner to Alhaji Lam, our mama wa Omoni Biniro. When you talk of our father, Papa Alayonde, you are talking of the father of education in Western region, the father of education in Nigeria. The proposal that Papa Alayonde and Papa Jasin wrote to Awolowo is now the subject of Section 83 of our current Constitution 1999, which stated that education must be free from primary to tertiary to university level. Section 18.3 of the 1999 Constitution. And so when we hear of ento bá jẹ́ pé àwọn ìran Aláyàndé àmọ́ ìpé àwọn tó yẹ ká máa sọ pé thank you fún ni wọ́n dẹ̀ bá Papa Lam ṣiṣẹ́ màmá wa Olúbùkọ́lá Òní ní Aláyàndé former commissioner tọ̀wọ̀tọ̀wọ̀ akíyín o ẹ máa mọ̀ ṣe o we thank you. Oya. Alhaji Razaki Raji, we welcome you, sir. Alhaji Mufta Salawu, we welcome you. Chief Caleb Olaniyi, we welcome you. Honorable Fatai Salam. Okay. Looking across to my left, I just saw a familiar face, a father and a mentor. Sometime in 1992, this gentleman wanted to be governor of Oyo State. He was before then a local government secretary and then chairman at Egbeda. And I so much love him. His mien, his comportment, and his name always make me feel very good. Caleb was his first name. Not Caleb Oyani, that's the commissioner, I've introduced him. But this gentleman went on ahead, even when he did not become governor, to continue to serve. He was two-time federal minister, two-time minister of the Federal Republic. And I remember one day he drove to my place at BCU. I said, Femi, Jaka Jolosi, Malete of Babade Dubu, one package kan fún wa. And that's where I got the package. He became minister for the first time. We have always been together. He's a father to me, he's a brother to me, he's a mentor. Today, he went back into academics in relative old age, and he's a PhD. He's a professor in the university. But I always remember that song. Oh, yelese mareo, egbe lesin lohun se, ìtẹ̀síwájú ti dé o, ìdàgbàsókè ti dé o, ire gbogbo ló kó wọlé. Olawole Oyelese, he was representing, contesting for governorship of your state and under SDP, the Social Democratic Party. Today, he's a big man in politics. He's faithful to Papa Lam. He was here last year, he was here the other time, and he never left the Lamadeshino family. Please welcome Dr. Chief Caleb Olawole Oyelese, two-time Minister of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, our father. Please give him a round of applause. We welcome you, sir. We are always proud of you, sir. Yes, I'm Baba Wambadon here. We are proud of you, sir. Now, Oyo State APC State ESCO, Alhaji Olaide Abbas, once again the chairman. Please give him a round of applause. Alhaji Tajuddin Olanite, State Secretary. Alhaji Olalekan Busari, State Treasurer. Olawale Shadari, Mr. State Publicity Secretary. Honorable Bankole Sulaiman is also there. Digbin, lowa. Àti múndé àlé o, àtàrúgbó oko, lowa. Digbin, lowa. Gbogbo yín la rí, ẹ lè sápamọ́. Gbogbo yín la rí pátápátá. I must welcome all the other eminences who are here. One of the former media spokesperson for Governor Lam, Yinka Agbola, is here, publisher of Parrot Extra. He's also in the media committee with Kenny Olaoshebikon, Wale Shadari, and of course, Honorable Razak Olubodun. Àwọn bàbá ètò nìyẹn, wọ́n ti wà ń bí látàárọ̀. I must pay special respect and welcome to former Commissioner for Information in Oyo State, and our representative, two-time representative in the House of Representatives. And that is Honorable Bosun Oladele. We welcome you. We also welcome Honorable Doctor of Law, Kazim Adeshile Adedeji. Chief Lam Adesina, the great Lam, belong to many societies. Chairman, Ibadan, One Society, Alhaji Alima Shaun, we welcome you. President, Providence Coalition, Prince Niro Adeyoju. I hope that is the representative of the President of the Federal Republic. Ashiwaju has sent a worthy representative. Check Pankele niyan. Oh yeah. Ashiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu P.BAT, the President of the Federal Republic, has sent a worthy representative. When he gets to his seat, we will call for the national anthem. Our purpose is met today. Our program is made. When he takes a seat, the President is here. Your Excellencies, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, the President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, GCFR, has sent our son, the son of the Lion of the West, the son of the Lion of the West, and the Minister, Federal Minister of Power, to come and represent the governor, the President, Your Excellencies. Ladies and gentlemen, when he gets to his seat, he's still busy paying respect to elders and eminences in the House. When he gets to his seat, beside Mama there, we will call for the anthems. Ẹni tí ó bá ka ìtàn Adégòkè Adélabú Pẹ̀nkẹ́lẹ́ Mercy kò tí ì mọ political history Ìbàdàn. For a man to shake the whole of the Western region and Nigeria, even when he just went in his 40s, and there was mighty riot in Ibadan, and thousands of people were marching, and they said, Nigba. And generations after, The house of Adegoke Adelabu Penkelemes is still very relevant in Nigeria politics. Emi okoru eri o. Just one word, Penkelemesi, and then you get the applause. Even the great Nnamdi Azikiwe paid tribute and said, "This is the great lion of the West." I told you, when you want to live forever, immortality, bear children. This is the third generation of Penkelemesi, and this one is still making great vibrations, and is still shaking Oyo State, is still shaking Nigeria. We hope one day very soon he will also be governor of Oyo State. One day very soon. Ijo Penkele la mo jo káàkiri báyìí. Wọlé 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 ilé bàbá ọmọ kì í pa ọmọ lẹ́rù. Wọlé Penkelemesi, wọlé Penkelemesi, wọlé Penkelemesi, wọlé Penkelemesi, Penkelemesi. He's doing the honors. He's doing the honors. Let him take his seat. Good. Mama, Your Excellency, please welcome Adelabu Penkelemesi, your son. Ladies and gentlemen, all right, thank you very much. Please give him a round of applause. A round of applause. The national anthem now. All right, enough. National anthem now. Shall we rise? Ẹ jẹ́ ká dìde. Ẹ̀yin onífèrè yẹn ó ti tó. We are starting our program. The president is here. Ó ti tó tá a bá ló tó nílùú àṣìṣínmí o. All right. Thank you. Shall we have the national anthem, please? Shall we have the Oyo State National, Oyo State Anthem now, immediately? Thank you.
Don't you leave,
Shall we give Nigeria and Oyo State a beautiful round of applause to continue to progress and be the pace setter? Well, Your Excellencies, Your Excellency, the President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu, Grand Commander of the Federal Republic, GCFR, Your Excellencies, Your Excellency, our Mama, Alaja Sarat Adesina, Your Excellencies, former governors, especially Governor Adesina, Your Excellency, the former Deputy Governor, especially to Lam Adesina, Your Excellency Chief Iyola Oladokun, and Your Excellency Chief Moses Alake Adeyemo. Yes, Your Excellency, Governor Adeni Adebayo, beg your pardon, I'm former minister at that. Distinguished senators, Your Excellencies, distinguished Royal Highnesses, the High Chief Maya Olubadan of Ibadan land, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, may I, with respect, ask us to be very, very quiet. With respect, afek gbàdúrà nísìn, tábà dẹ̀ tí ń gbàdúrà, àwọn bàbá wa tán kọ́ wa ń kéwú àti àdúrà, wọn ò fẹ́ ká máa sọ̀rọ̀. Ẹ̀yin ń bọ́ ànábì Muhammad. Nítorí náà, okay, I learned that former Deputy Governor, His Excellency Engineer Rauf Olaniyan, is also in the house. Your Excellency, sir. Samsudin, please take this microphone to the Chief Imam, our Baba Sheikh Abdulgani Abubakri Agbotomo Kekere, to lead us in the opening dua. Adua la fẹ́ gbà, kẹ́nìkan kọ́ mọ́ pariwo, ẹ jọ̀wọ́. Bismillah.
Lásẹ̀ àṣìyọ̀ndà bàbá wa ìmámù àgbà wọ́n ní kákàrà sàlátù mẹ́wàá mẹ́wàá fún sí Ọlọ́run. Wọ́n ní lẹ́yìn sàlátù wa kámúgbólóhùn àforíjìn wa astaghfirullah mẹ́wàá mẹ́wàá inna Allaha ghafurur rahim ká sọ kan láàrẹ̀ Ọlọ́run kó ṣàforíjìn ẹ̀ṣẹ̀ fún wa. Alhamdulillahi mẹ́wàá mẹ́wàá. Rabbil alamin ká sọkọ kan láàrẹ̀ Ọlọ́run kó gbà sáàyè ọpẹ́ fún wa. Kalima la ilaha illallah mẹ́wàá Muhammadu Rasulullah ká sọkọ kan láàrẹ̀ Ọlọ́run kó lékun ìmánì wa kó má jẹ́ ó bàjẹ́ kó má jẹ́ ó yòrò. Bàbá wa the chief imam ọgbà fún gbogbo tí ń jẹ́ pẹ́lẹ́ Ọ̀yọ́ àtàgbègbè wọn la dúpẹ́ lọ́dọ̀ Ọlọ́run wọn la tún dúpẹ́ lọ́dọ̀ Ọlọ́run lẹ́ẹ̀kan sí wọn ní gbogbo wa náà níjòkó yìí abára wa dúpẹ́ lọ́dọ̀ Ọlọ́run wọn ní ìta dúpẹ́ àkọ́kọ́ sí bàbá wa Alhaji wa Abdulhamid Ọ̀nàọlápọ̀ Adesina wọ́n là ń ṣe ìrántí wọn lónìí tí fi hàn pé wọn ò kú wọ́n sípò padà ni. Níjọ́ tí bàbá náà kú láyé Ọlọ́run ló mọ iye ẹni tó kú ń bẹ̀ níjọ́ tí wọ́n lọ. Tẹ́nìkan ò ṣèrántí ẹ̀ mọ́ látọdún náà tó fi dè ní ẹnìkan ò lè mọ ibi tó wà. Wọ́n ní gbogbo ohun tí bàbá wa Abdulhamid Adesina tí wọ́n fi lẹ̀ Ọlọ́run má jẹ́ ó bàjẹ́ ó bẹ̀rẹ̀ lórí àwọn ìyàwó tí wọ́n fi lẹ̀ àwọn ọmọ tí wọ́n fi lẹ̀ àwọn ẹlẹ́gbẹ́lẹ́gbẹ́ àwọn lọ́gbàlọ́gbà alámọ̀rí ẹnì kọ̀ọ̀kan wa wọ́n lọ́lọ́ má jẹ́ ó dojúrú ọlá Ànábì wa Muhammad subhanallah kájọ wí lápapọ̀ walhamdulillah wala ilaha illallah allahu akbar allahu akbar wala hawla wala quwwata illa billahil aliyyil azim subhana rabbika rabbil izzati amma yasifun wa salamun alal mursalina walhamdulillahi rabbil alamin. Láṣẹ àṣìyọ̀ǹda bàbá wa ìmámù àgbà wọ́n ní lápapọ̀ wa yìí káké súratul múlíkù ẹyọ kan ládàá tí a bá rí ń bẹ̀ bàbá wa tí a torí wọn jòkó yìí Alhaji Abdulhamid ọ̀nà ọlápọ̀ Adesina ọlọ́nkóńbó ládàá rẹ̀ lọ́ba wọn ẹni tó bá ní lórí fóònù a lè sí ẹni tó bá kádìjọ ké lápapọ̀ bismillahirrahmanirrahim tabarakalladhi biyadihil mulk wa huwa ala kulli shay'in qadir alladhi alaqal mawta wal hayata liyabluwakum ayyukum ahsanu amala wa huwa al-azizul ghafur alladhi alaqa sab'a samawati tibaqan ما ترى في ألك الرحمن من تفاؤت فارجع البصر هل ترى من فتور ثم ارجع البصر كرتين ينقلب إليك البصر آسيا وهو حسير ولقد زينا السماء الدنيا بمصابيح وجعلناها رجما للشياطين وأعتدنا له عذاب السعير وللذين كفروا بربهم عذاب جهنم وبئس المصير إذا ألقوا فيها سمعوا لها صعيقا وهي تفور تكاد تميز من الغيظ كلما ألقي فيها فوج سألهم خزنتها ألم يأتكم نذير قالوا بل قد جاءنا نذير فكذبنا وقلنا ما نزل الله من شيء إن أنتم إلا في ضلال كبير وقالوا لو كنا نسمع أو نأكل ما كنا في أصحاب السعير فاعترفوا بذنبهم فسوقا لأصحاب السعير إن الذين يخشون ربهم بالغيب لهم مغفرة وأجر كبير وأسروا قولكم أو اجهروا به إنه عليم بذات الصدور ألا يعلم من خلق وهو اللطيف الخبير هو الذي جعل لكم الأرض ذلولا فامشوا في مناكبها وكلوا من رزقه وإليه النشور أمنتم في السماء أن يخسف بكم الأرض فإذا هي تمور أم أمنتم في السماء أن يرسل عليكم حاسبا فستعلمون كيف النذير ولقد كذب الذين من قبلهم فكيف كان النكير أولم يروا إلى الطير فوقهم صافات ويكبدن ما يمسكهن إلا الرحمن إنه بكل شيء بصير أمن هذا الذي هو جند لكم ينصركم من دون الرحمن إن الكافرون إلا في غرور أمن هذا الذي يرزقكم إن أمسك رزقه بل لجوا في عتو والنفور أفما يمشي مكبا على وجهه أحدا أما يمشي سويا على صراط مستقيم قل هو الذي أنشأكم وجعل لكم السمع والأبصار والأفئدة قليلا ما تشكرون قل هو الذي زرعكم في الأرض وإليه تسرون ويقولون متى هذا الوعد إن كنتم صادقين قل إنما العلم عند الله وإنما أنا نذير مبين فلما رأوا زلفة سيئت وجوه الذين كفروا وقيل هذا الذي كنتم به تدعون قل أرأيتم إن أهلكني الله ومن معي أو رحمنا فمن يجر الكافرين من عذاب أليم قل هو الرحمن آمنا به وعليه توكلنا فستعلمون من هو في ضلال مبين قل أرأيتم إن أصبح ماؤكم غورا فمن يأتيكم بماء معين الله رب العالمين الله يغفره الله يرحمه الله يبعثه في أحسن صور ọlọ́run kò ní kẹ́ bàbá ọlọ́run kò foríjì wọn ọlọ́run tẹ́ bàbá dìde sáyé àwọn ẹni rí al-Fatiha bismillahir rahmanir rahim alhamdulillahi rabbil alamin arrahmanir rahim maliki yawmiddin إياك نعبد وإياك نستعين اهدنا صراط المستقيم صراط الذين أنعمت عليهم غير المغضوب عليهم ولا الضالين آمين 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 سبحان ربك رب العزة عما يصفون وسلام على المرسلين والحمد لله رب العالمين.
Takbir. Ayọ̀nbó Ànábì Muhammad Jama. Adúpẹ́lọ bàbá wa agbọ́tọmọ kéèké Sheikh Abdulgani Abubakar kí ìkẹ́ Ànábì kí ó máa pọ̀ sí nílé wọn àti gbogbo àwọn àfáàgbà àti àwọn mufti àti àwọn ustaz tí wọ́n tẹ̀lé wọn lágbára Ọlọ́run ọlá yín ó máa pọ̀ sí. Once again, we recognize specially the former deputy governor of this state, Chief Moses Alake Adeyemo. Àti kí wọn lẹ́ẹ̀kan àtún kí wọn lẹ́ẹ̀kan sí ẹ kú kalẹ̀. Mo wá gbọ́ pé yes, history maker, our pride in Oyo State is also in the house. The 3-time senator and the child of the Republic. I had the privilege of writing a short documentary about him when he was contesting for governorship of this state. And of course, he still have many more miles to go, many more honors coming. Please welcome the former Senate leader, 3-time senator of the Federal Republic, and that's a history maker. Our own distinguished Senator Teslim Kolawole Folani, TKF. A round of applause for him. Thank you very much. Our father, the man we are proud to share the same name, though from different families. This gentleman, I am Femi Pokuola. His own is Sunday Pokuola, but one thing he stands out for. About 10 years ago, nǹkan ò tí ì le tó báyìí. Somewhere at Akobo, he went to minister and I was there. And he said, instead of the church preaching for Idamewa, 10%, 10%, he said what the church should be doing now is taking care of poor people, children on the streets. And he launched that program. That day I was shocked. I bought the CD, the recording of his preaching. I said they should give it to me, and I still play it over and over again. He is a leader in transformation agenda of Christianity and Christian duty, which is charity. And charity shows love, and that love shows love of Christ, true love of Christ. And so I have great respect for this man as a preacher, and is the founder of WOCOM, World Communication Ministry. He's not just preaching the word and say, give me 10% and what have you. He is making life better. He brings joy to the hopeless, peace to the weary, and he binds up all the brokenhearted. That's the work of Christ on earth. I welcome with respect and great delight Apostle Sunday Popola of WOCOM. Please give him a round of applause. And I hope Mrs. Popola is also there. A round of applause, please. Thank you very much. And now, ẹ jọ̀wọ́, ibi tàdé gbogbo àwọn tí wọ́n bá dúró kán wá bí jókòó àdẹ̀fẹ́ ariwo. The President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. Yes, sir. The Federal Republic of Nigeria, Mr. President, has sent a worthy representative to us. He is the son of the Lion of the West, the great Adegoke Adelabu Penkelemes. Today is keeping up the tradition. Please welcome Chief Adebayo Wahid Adelabu Penkelemes once again. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Now, we are going straight to watch a documentary on the Great Lamb. I also learned that distinguished Senator Shuaib Afolabi Salisu from Ogun Central, Chairman Senate Committee on ICT and Cyber Security, is representing our guest speaker, Senator Michael Okpayamin Bamidele, Senate Leader of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. I have just been briefed that he's representing the guest speaker. I just introduced him ordinarily from Ogun State. Now, Senator Shuaib Afolabi Salisu is representing Senator Michael Okpayamin Bamidele, our guest speaker, and the Senate Leader. Please give him a round of applause. And I learned that our representative in the House of Reps, Ido Ibarakwa East Federal Constituency, Honorable Abbas Remi Oseni, engineer, is here. Now, let's go to the documentary briefly. Thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you.
A.D. Onolapo Adesina was born 20th January 1939 in Ikija, Oluyole local government area of Oyo State. A renowned politician and educator who became governor of Oyo State in May 1999 under the Alliance of Democracy, AD party.
There are no circumstances, and we do have one manner of people, according to law, transfer of favor, affection only, that I will not, in a reverent directly, communicate or reveal to any person any matter which has been brought under my consideration, or shall become known to me as governor of Oyo State. I've not been required for the discharge of my duties as governor, and that I will devote myself to the service and well-being of the people of Nigeria. So,
Growing up, Lam Adesina started his primary education in Ikija, Seleru United Anglican Primary School and St. Patrick's Catholic Primary School, Okepad, Ibadan. He attended Loyola College, Ibadan and studied at the University of Nigeria, Nsukka, from 1961 to 1965, where he obtained a bachelor's degree in history. He also attended the University of Ibadan in 1971 and obtained a postgraduate diploma in education. As a result of his high level of education and exposure, he was able to bring groundbreaking development, creating a blueprint for the success of Oyo State today.
If you find development in the Muslim today, it is not because the government there is anything fancy, but because the people there want power, or want power are the contribution to the progress and development of that state. So, we are the never know material of the world. Raise the battle. Last year, everyone knows about a lot of people. Ìbára ti jọba àtàrẹ, ìbára ti tààrí, ìbára ti tòkè. Èèyàn wọn ní olùkún òkú olùkún ẹ. A mọ̀ pé ẹ bá ti jẹ́ ní pẹ́pẹ́ máa jẹ́ ní pẹ́pẹ́ ṣùgbọ́n bọ́ máa jẹ pẹ́pẹ́ ń.
Late Lam Adesina first worked in Ibadan District Council Treasury, Mapo, as an internal auditor in 1961. He taught history, English and literature at Lagilu Grammar School, Ibadan in 1965. Among his students were late Senator Abiola Ajimobi, who also became governor of Oyo State. Lam Adesina rose through the ranks and assumed the role of school principal for not less than 5 reputable schools. Not only was he passionate about impacting knowledge, he was also a popular newspaper columnist in the Nigerian Tribune under the captions "The Search Continues" and Lam Adesina column. His writings then often made the then military regime uncomfortable, and he was detained several times. Lam, as he was fondly called, is a friend of the masses, a reliable and courageous leader, and above all, a man of unequaled integrity. He struggled for a just and egalitarian society and fought for the enthronement of democracy in Nigeria. Late Lam Adesina was a fatherly figure, and the masses christened him Ore Mekunu. His popularity with the generality of the people was evident in the landslide victory over his opponents in the governorship election of Oyo State in 1999. Late Lam Adesina's political journey started when he was elected to the Federal House of Representatives for Ibadan South 1 constituency in 1979 under the platform of the Unity Party of Nigeria, UPN, established by late Sage Chief Obafemi Awolowo. He was also the secretary of UPN Parliamentary Council. Lam was elected to the Constituent Assembly in 1988. He was the chairman of the National Democratic Coalition, popularly known as NADECO in Oyo State, Nigeria. His active involvement in the fight against military government led to his arrest, and he was tagged prisoner of war. Lam Adesina, CON, was an exemplary leader. He never joked with the welfare of government workers. His relentless efforts in the all-round development and growth of Oyo State precedes him, as the good people of Oyo State still sing his praises even after his demise. Late Lamidi Onolapo Adesina died on the 11th November 2012 at the age of 73 at St. Nicholas Hospital, Lagos Island. Upon the announcement of his death, his abode in Felele, Ibadan became a beehive of activities as crowd of dignitaries, loved ones, and other well-meaning Nigerians thronged his home to commiserate with his family. Lam Adesina lived a good life, always stood for justice in the interest of the common man. Baba, even at death, your legacy still impacts lives. The void you left has not been filled. Your big shoes have not been easy to put on. Sleep on in the bosom of God Almighty until we meet to part no more.
You are the son of this day. Congratulations. Happy birthday to you. You are the son of this day. Congratulations.
Ayáde ṣìnà yìí máa san gbogbo wa. Ayáde ṣìnà yìí máa san gbogbo wa. Gọ́fánàdé ṣìnà ó máa ṣeun. Gọ́fánàdé ṣìnà ó máa ṣeun. Lọ́mọdé ṣìnà ó máa ṣeun wá o. Lọ́mọdé ṣìnà ó máa ṣeun wá. Ó gbọ́dọ̀ tóbi fáwọn ará àdúgbò tó wọ́n ń dúpẹ́. Gbogbo ìgbèríko tí ó lọ́nà ló tún ṣe bámbám. Àrẹ̀múṣọ̀nà fáwọn ará àdúgbò pẹ̀lú nǹkan kiri. Ayáde ṣìnà yìí máa san gbogbo wa o. Ayáde ṣìnà yìí máa san gbogbo wa. Lọ́mọdé ṣìnà ó máa ṣe wá o. Lọ́mọdé ṣìnà ó máa ṣe wá. Gbogbo lórí tó ṣe tẹ́lẹ̀ ló ń ṣe bámbám. Bátúbẹ̀ dìbò ní gbogbo ọ̀yọ́ ìwò láyé fẹ́ o. Ayáde ṣìnà yìí máa san gbogbo wa. Ayáde ṣìnà yìí máa san gbogbo wa. Lọ́mọdé ṣìnà ó máa ṣe wá o. Lọ́mọdé ṣìnà ó máa ṣe wá. Ọjọ́ ṣìnà máa kó wa lọ. Ọjọ́ ṣìnà máa kó wa lọ. Máa kó wa lọ. Òṣèlú ni máa ń tẹ wá lọ́rùn yìí. Adesina máa kó wa lọ. Free education dey secondary level. Adesina máa kó wa lọ. Ó tún ràwé fún gbogbo ọmọ náà ìwé bọ́mọ bá ń kàwé wọn kì í fowó ràwé. Adesina máa kó wa lọ. Bọ́sí ẹ̀wọ̀n àdúgbò gbogbo ọ̀yọ́ tẹ́tí ní ìjìn. Ó gbogbo ọmọ tó ń lọ gbàyà institutions. Adesina máa kó wa lọ. Yunifásitì àbí polytechnic any higher institution throughout Nigeria. Adesina máa kó wa lọ. Ìwòsàn ọ̀fẹ́ ọmọdé ọ̀rọ̀ yìí. Adesina máa kó wa lọ. Gbogbo títí òkè òkè tó o tún ṣe tẹ́lẹ̀ rí. Ilé àmúgbàdà sí tó ń dán wìrì. Gbogbo ọ̀nà tẹ́lẹ̀ tí mọ́tò ń fi wákàtí mẹ́rin rìn. Nísìnyí pẹ̀lú yìí sí ni ogún ìṣẹ́jú péré ní sí Ìbàdàn. Adesina máa kó wa lọ. Lọ́mọ Adesina máa kó wa lọ. Adesina ò fẹ́ tilẹ̀ fún wọn jìyà. Local housing estate òun lọ́kọ̀ fáwọn àlù. Ilé olówó pákó fún mẹ́kúnnù. Ẹni báyọ̀ sájọ́ dání òòrò yìí. Adesina máa kó wa lọ. New modern shopping complex. Ládéjìnà ń kọ́ sọ̀gbọ́ ọmọṣọ. Ẹni dèlù sọ òun yóò ròyìn o. Adesina máa kó wa lọ. Adesina máa kó wa lọ. Adesina máa kó wa lọ. Ọmọ àsọ̀rọ̀ mọ́rọ́ṣẹ́. Ọmọ àsọ̀rọ̀ mọ́rọ́ṣẹ́. Ọmọ àsọ̀rọ̀ mọ́rọ́ṣẹ́ o. Ó wí bẹ́ẹ̀ ó ṣe bẹ̀ òun lè jọ́mọ́lù àdúgbò. Ọmọ àsọ̀rọ̀ mọ́rọ́ṣẹ́. Ọmọ àsọ̀rọ̀ mọ́rọ́ṣẹ́. Ọmọ àsọ̀rọ̀ mọ́rọ́ṣẹ́. Ó wí bẹ́ẹ̀ ó ṣe bẹ̀ òun lè jọ́mọ́lù àdúgbò. Ọmọ àsọ̀rọ̀ mọ́rọ́ṣẹ́. Adesina kú ṣẹ́. Adesina kú ṣẹ́. Àríṣe àríkà àríkà ní bàbá rẹ̀ kó. Adesina kú ṣẹ́. Ó ṣe kùtùkùtù méje oje yàyà mẹ́fà sí o. Adesina kú ṣẹ́. Bàbá fún láyé àṣẹ jù bẹ́ẹ̀ lọ. Adesina kú ṣẹ́. Gbogbo ṣẹ́tọ̀ gbèsè lọ́wọ́ láti dúpẹ́ lọ́wọ́ o. Adesina kú ṣẹ́. Ọba tó yẹ ṣùgbọ́n ayé òní gbàgbé o. Adesina kú ṣẹ́. Èyí tó jẹ́ tí ìlú ti tòrò láéláé ẹ̀dá òní gbàgbé o. Adesina kú ṣẹ́. Lọ́mọdé Adesina kú ṣẹ́. Adesina kú ṣẹ́. Adesina kú ṣẹ́ o. Àtúnfẹ́ tí kò lọ́jọ́ ṣe ìwọ náà là ó yàn. Adesina kú ṣẹ́. Ẹ̀rù adé ọ̀pọ̀ sára tù láyé mi. Adesina kú ṣẹ́. Adesina máa kó wa lọ òṣèlú yìí máa ń tẹ́ wa lọ́rùn. Adesina máa kó wa lọ. Lọ́pọ̀lọ́ wọn bá dúró díẹ̀. Adesina máa kó wa lọ.
Shall we give the memory of great Lam Adesina, a commander of the Order of the Niger, a beautiful round of applause? Yes, it's nice to remember good people, great people. Barrister tó ń kọrin ńkọ́ òun náà ti lọ bá bàbá lọ́hùn-ún. Iná lè láì wà náà lè lé ìrọ̀jíùn. Ọ̀dọ́ Ọlọ́run tá a ti wá gbogbo ọ́ padà sí. We welcome specially Engineer Dr. Popola Olukayode Joshua, POJ, governorship candidate of NNPP before, but now a member of APC, is in the house. Distinguished Senator of the Federal Republic, our own Senator Fatai Buhari, is also in the house. A round of applause to him. And some of the former commissioners of Babalam, Engineer Aziz Adeoye, and Honorable Benga Ojoawo, former Rep 2015 to 2019 here. Okediron and ST Oketobo also here. Okay, yes. Now we are going straight to the lecture. The guest lecturer is the Senate leader, the incumbent Senate leader of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, Senator Michael Okoyemi Bamidele, and is represented here by Senator Shuaib Afolabi Salisu, Ogun Central, Chairman Senate Committee on ICT and Cyber Security. He is representing the guest speaker. May I call on my brother and my friend Edmond Obilo. Well, I am proud that I'm meeting Edmond again. I think the last time I met Edmond was through my friend, late Festus Emode. We worked together in FRCN, but I left FRCN in 1985. I'm always proud of this Edmond. These are the new generation broadcasters. They took over from where we left, and we are very proud of you. Edmond will read the citation and invite the guest speaker. Please put your hands together for Edmond Obilo.
Yeah. Your Excellencies, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, Michael Okpeyemi Bamidele, popularly known as MOB, is a distinguished Nigerian lawyer, human rights activist, and seasoned politician. He currently serves as the majority leader of the Nigerian Senate. Senator Bamidele represents Ekiti Central Senatorial District. He has been a member of the Senate since 2019. He attended Baptist Academy for his secondary education and then proceeded to Obafemi Awolowo University, earning a bachelor's degree in religious studies. Senator Bamidele Okpeyemi obtained a law degree from the University of Benin in 1990, followed by his Nigerian bar call in 1992. Bamidele furthered his legal education with a master's degree in law from Franklin Pierce University and was admitted to the New York Bar in 1999. His political journey began in 1992 when he contested a House of Representatives seat for the Oshodi Isolo Federal Constituency under the Social Democratic Party. Although unsuccessful, Bamidele served as special assistant on legal matters to Senator Bola Tinubu until 1993, when the military dissolved Nigeria's democratic structures. In the year 2000, he was appointed Senior Special Assistant on Political and Intergovernmental Relations in Lagos State, later serving as Commissioner for Youth, Sports, and Social Development under Governor Bola Tinubu, now the President of Nigeria. Bamidele also held the position of Commissioner for Information and Strategy from 2007 to 2011. In 2011, he was elected to the House of Representatives, representing Ekiti Central Federal Constituency 1. Ladies and gentlemen, distinguished Your Excellencies, let's welcome the guest lecturer, represented by the senator representing Ogun Central, Senator Shuaib Afolabi Salisu. Senator, the ball is in your court.
Thank you.
A warm good afternoon to us all. To avoid committing a cyber crime, just to emphasize that I'm representing the Senate leader, distinguished Senator Michael Okpaimi Bamidele. So the voice you're going to be hearing is that of Senator representing Ogun Central. So I'm standing in for Senator Okpaimi Bamidele. And I intend to do this in the next 20 to 25 minutes. But first, I need to establish some protocols, and I have a challenge here. Challenge because we have in the house here a galaxy of stars that time would not allow me to recognize each and every one of them. But nonetheless, I must do some samples to represent the cross-section of the VIPs that are here. I will start with His Excellency, the President and Commander-in-Chief of Armed Forces of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, the man who shared the same trajectory politically with the man for whom we are gathered here today. And I'm referring to His Excellency, President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, GCFR, President and Commander-in-Chief of Armed Forces, represented by the Honorable Minister of Power, our own very good brother, Honorable Adebayo Adelabu. I'd like to recognize our leader in the progressive family, particularly in Southwest, a former governor of Ekiti State, former minister, former deputy chairman of our party in the South, and I refer to His Excellency, our leader, former minister, Niyi Adebayo. Leader, I greet you, sir. There are serving members of National Assembly here, and I'm going to use the chairman of Senate Committee on Aviation, ranking Senator Abfatai Buhari, to greet and recognize all the serving senators that are here. And of course, I'm going to use the chairman of FEMA in the House of Representatives, Honorable Remi Oseni, as a point of contact for all the serving members of the House of Representatives. Past members of National Assembly here represented. And I'm using His Excellency, distinguished Senator Taslim Folarin, as a point of contact for all the former senators and members of National Assembly that are here. Former deputy governors, particularly Chief Yola, who served as the deputy governor to Baba Adesina, and of course, Chief Moses, our father, who also served as the deputy governor to Senator Abiola Jimobi. As the former governors, I recognize Kabir Aregbesola, who has come to represent His Excellency Rauf Aregbesola here. Party leaders, our clergies, members of the party. Let me now formally recognize the matriarch of Lamadeshino family. Our mama, Eku Muleduro, Ọlọ́run tó bọ̀ dúró tì yín, ilé òní dahoro. Ọlọ́run tó bá ń ṣe láti gbàtẹ́ tí ń ṣe bọ̀, Ọlọ́run ò ní kò lẹ́yìn yín. Ọlọ́run á dúró tì yín. And of course, I recognize my brother, former member of House of Representatives, Dr. Lamadeshino, and of course, for each and every one of us. I bring you goodwill and best wishes of the leader of the Senate, distinguished Senator Michael Okpaimi Bamidele, and indeed the Southwest Caucus in the National Assembly, both in the Senate and House of Representatives, to celebrate the life and times of a man who embodied the progressive politics and for whom we regard as one of the heroes past, whose labor shall not go in vain. People who represented the line of our national anthem that have handed over to us a banner without stain. Today, I am extremely delighted to be here. Providence has given me 3 opportunities. Indeed, if you had not invited me, I would have invited myself. Number 1, it will go down in the history as being the very first person to deliver the inaugural lecture of Lamadeshino Annual Memorial Lecture. And that should be a plus for my democratic, particularly progressive politics. So I have the honor of being the first to talk to you, to deliver the speech at the first inaugural lecture of Lamadeshino series. And I must also say that today's topic, which is improving Nigeria's governance, lessons from the past, and strategies for the future is also a second reason why I'm delighted to be here, particularly at a time that we have the Renew Hope agenda of Mr. President. There's no better time to talk about lessons from the past and strategy for the future. I'm therefore delighted to be here. The third and the final reason is that I believe that this discourse will deepen our democratic journey and also enhance our search for good governance in the country. I intend to go through this in the next 20-25 minutes. And I first will start by creating a context. Let's talk about Adesina, the prisoner of war. And from there, we take a glimpse into our past. What has worked in the past? And from what has worked in the past, we will talk about where we are now and how we got here. And from there, I will proceed to make some suggestions as to what should be our anchors for the future, things that we need to do to improve good governance in the country. It is not all darkness. I will call our attention to a few things that I believe are the oases in the land, things that should give us hope that indeed Nigeria's trajectory is on the rise. Our glass as a country is half full, not half empty. And therefore, after that, and I will conclude and I will take my rest. Today, we will remember that Alhaji Adesina represented the club of politicians who defined the Southwest. He was a teacher by excellence. He was an administrator. And what is particularly very interesting is that today will be exactly 12 years that he passed on. Those who decried him, who dubbed him as prisoner of war, they are today footnote of history. The man that was called a prisoner of war is being celebrated 12 years after his death. Those who arrested him, those who tortured him, those who took him to prison and called him prisoner of war, do you even remember their names? If you do, it is not with delight. It is not with for fear. It does mean that whatever you do, continue to live after you and continue to elevate your memory and the fond memories of whom we are celebrating today. What has happened in the past? What are those things that have made good governance to be very positive in the past? There are about 5 issues, 5 factors that made good governance very, very good in the past. Number 1 is the quality of the participants in the political process. And I'll give you examples. In the old Western region, Chief Rotimi Williams, one of the most renowned lawyers from this part of the world, was a member of government. In the First Republic, we have people like Dr. Lateef Adegbite. He was a member of government. We have Professor Fajemi Rokum. We have our Baba Ajasin, Baba Adesina. These were accomplished people who had something to their names before they went into politics. Baba Adesina that we have come to celebrate today was a principal. And at the time when principals were next to God, these were the quality of people. If you look at the Second Republic, the 5 governors that we have in the Southwest, you will see Bisi Onabanjo in Ogun State, an accomplished journalist. You will see Lateef Jakonde in Lagos State, accomplished journalist. You come to Oyo State, it was Bolage. You come to Bende State, it was Professor Ambrose Ali. These were people who were accomplished in their individual respect. They had something to their name before they came into politics. So the first thing that worked in the past was the quality of participants in the political process. The second thing that worked was we had very strong political parties that had clear ideologies. In 1979, as an example, we knew the European government as a party identified with free education. The MPN was known as a party that was identified with providing shelter. There were clear ideologies between the parties. Unlike what we have today, UPN, we know them, what they represented. MPN, we knew what they represented. And they had very strong leadership. At that point in time, the party was supreme. This was a point in time when Baba Akinloye was the chairman of the party. Whenever there was a meeting of the party, the then president, Shehu Shagari, would be seated, waiting for the arrival of the chairman of the party. Unlike now, where the chairman and the party is an appendage of the government house. So we are very strong party leadership. Party leadership that could enforce discipline. Parties that were responsible for producing and selecting candidates. That was the second reason. So we had parties, they had ideology, they had manifesto, and they held those who were elected on the platform of the party, they held them accountable to the manifestos of the party. The third reason was also that the society itself had a very strong moral value. And I'll give an example. Today, I am a senator representing Ogun Central Senatorial District. In 1979, Simbiat Abiola, the wife of MK Abiola, contested for this seat for Ogun Central Senatorial District. Abiola spent all the money. Abiola provided all the facilities. But the people of Ogun Central, they were not moved by the money. Who they elected somebody who had no name, because that person embodied and represented the value of the Southwest. It wasn't about money then, it was about the value of the society itself. The society at that point in time, they did not expect you not only to live within certain moral conduct, but they also did not make any demand on you that can only be satisfied through corrupt means. So the society was strong, the moral fabric of the society was strong. Therefore, those elected on the platform of the party, they also imbibe the fabrics of the society. The number 4 things that also enhanced good governance was also the healthy rivalry between the regions. The Western region established the University of Ife, now called Obafemi Awolowo University. The Eastern region established the University of Nigeria that our Baba Lama Adesina attended. And the Northern region established Ahmadu Bello University. So there was a healthy rivalry, particularly because the country just got independence. Every region wanted to develop, every region wanted to outdo each other in performance. Therefore, the people elected were very deliberate in promoting development in their various regions. Fast forward to 1979, when we had the Jakondes, the Onabanjos. It is not coincidence that it was at that point in time that the Lagos State University was established, Ogun State University was established, Ladoke Agricultural University was established, Ambrose Ali University was established. This was a time there was healthy rivalry among the states to outdo each other in governance, and therefore there was good governance across, particularly the Western region. Lastly, at this point in time, what also enhanced good governance in the past was that we had, through civil society organizations and individuals who are determined to be the conscience of the society. Some of us will remember Dr. Olu Onagorua. We will remember Khalifa Emi. We will remember the younger Wole Soyinka. We will remember, if you double me, I will tackle you. This was at a time the civil society organizations, they were not just vehicles for making money. They were vehicles to serve as the conscience of the society. So we had all those 5 elements. Those 5 elements were in place to hold those who are in government accountable. Today, what have we witnessed? We have witnessed very general decline in the quality of participation in governance and the quality of governance that we have in the country. And I'll give you a few examples. When the military force struck in the First Republic, the civilian government that took over from them was weakened. When the military struck again in 1983, the civilian government that succeeded them became further weakened. When General Babangida took over, they also weakened the democratic structure further and further. So we began to see the decline in the party structure. We began to see decline in the governance structure. I remember from Ogun State, we had a military administrator that came to plunder our resources. And the then number 2 man, General Akomu, came to Abeokuta and he said it wasn't a case of misappropriation, it was a case of misapplication. At that point in time, the citizens got used to not asking questions of their leaders, particularly the military. So we had a general decline with every military incursion in politics. The successful military and civilian administration imbibe the culture and tradition of the military that midwife that transition, and gradually the quality of leadership, the quality of governance began to deteriorate. So what do we have? We have a situation where our value system became largely eroded. And I will give you 2 examples. All of us, as enlightened as we are now, if you are to enter a bus, put ourselves in a bus and we go to Lagos. If you get to a checkpoint and the police were demanding money and bribe from our driver, we are not likely to stand up and say, no, police, what you are doing is wrong. We are likely to tell the police, please settle them and let us go. So we have also begun to elevate vices and we have begun to denigrate virtues. So one of the reasons why the quality of governance is also very low is also because we ourselves as a people, our value system has been degraded. You will go to a church, you go to a mosque, and the clergy will man the pulpit, and they will look at you as a politician in the audience, and they will say, you politicians, please, you need to serve our people. You have been elected to serve the people. Remember your primary duty to serve the people. But before you leave, they'll ask you to make a donation that they know is more than your 4 years of legitimate earning. So even our clergy, our traditional system have also been so corrupted that we cannot have anything but lower quality of governance, because the people who have elected, they are mirroring, they are using the society as a whole as a barometer for their performance in office. The third thing that I also believe is also a challenge to good governance is monetization of the political process. As we speak now, we're in 2024. If by 2025, 2026, somebody comes from the United States of America, we have no idea what he was doing there. We have no idea how he got his money. And he came and he went around all the local governments in Oyo State. If he gives them just 10 million naira or 5 million naira, we begin to say, this is our new governor. Because the process has been so monetized. What we cared so much about now is how big your pocket is, not how big your idea is. If Baba Adesina, if he were to come alive again, if he were to contest for the House of Representatives, he will not get the ticket of the party. If Adesina were to come today and say, I am Adesina, former member of House of Representatives, I was a progressive, I was a governor from 1970, they will tell Baba Kilobade. So we have monetized the system so much that we do not even care about the character, about the competence, about the pedigree of the people we give political office to. We give political office to the highest bidder. Little wonder then, when they get to the office, what they do not have, they cannot give. They do not have good governance quality, therefore they could not give us good governance. So if you want to change the system, let us also ensure that money does not become the defining factor of our politics. Again, we have also seen the wrong metrics of measuring performance of people in political office. I am a senator. I represent the good people of Ogun Central Senatorial District. I chair the Senate Committee on ICT and Cyber Security. Senator Buhari is here, Chairman Senate Committee on Aviation. Honorable Remi Oseni is here, Chairman House Committee on FEMA, and many other senators. No matter the quality of debates, no matter the number of motions and bills that you move in the National Assembly, if you fail to distribute Okada, Keke Marua, stomach infrastructure, even the party member will not give a return ticket. So we have adopted metrics of performance that are in total dissonance with good governance. A senator's responsibility, a member of National Assembly responsibility is to make laws, is to do budget, is to perform oversight functions. But pray, somebody can be in the National Assembly for 4 years. He may not even stand up for once to say, my name is so and so, I represent so constituency. It doesn't matter to the people. What it matters to the people is that 6 months of the election, let him come back, let him line up Okada, let him line up Keke Marua, let him line up money. People will give him the ticket and he will go up to occupy that seat. So if you want good governance, our metrics of performance must also reflect what we expect. It is what you inspect that you will get. It is what you reinforce that happens. Therefore, if you want
our political office so that to give us good governance, then the metrics of measuring performance must also reflect good governance. The fifth item for me is our elite. And I say this with profound respect to our elite. I am one of them. Our elite are the most opportunistic. Our elite, for want of a better word, are irresponsible. And I will explain. I am a product of a local government primary school. I am also a product of a community grammar school. My university is University of Lagos, all public school. As at the time I was growing up in Abeokuta, there were only 3 nursery schools, and Abeokuta is one of the most civilized towns in Nigeria. If you agree, you can raise up your hand. If you don't, it doesn't matter. I am saying so, and I have the power of the microphone. However, the public primary school was far, far better. I have read the biography of the man for whom we are gathered. All of the schools he attended were public schools. All the schools he attended were public schools. Now, our elite, when our primary education began to dwindle, rather than the elite of our society coming forward to say, we need to arrest the drift in our primary education, what did they do? They began to establish private nursery school for their children. When the decline got to the secondary school, they went and started establishing private secondary school for their children. No more lower college. The lower college of the old. The government college Ibadan of the old. Ibadan Grammar School of the old. Olivetti Baptist High School of the old. Those schools began to deteriorate, and our elites began to find alternatives for their own children by creating private schools. When the decline got to university education, what did they do again? They also began to establish private university or send their children abroad without caring about ensuring that those public education systems that Awolowo gave to them, that laboratory enhanced. I was watching the documentary, and I saw the number of schools that Lamadeshino built in just 4 years. Our elite abandoned their responsibility as opinion mothers, and guess what? On the day of elections, and I've contested election for a couple of times. On the day of elections, our elite will be in the cozy room. They'll be watching Man U versus Adesina. That was the time they will be watching the backlog of their movies. They will not go to vote, and in the evening, they expect the result of the election to reflect what they didn't do to what they didn't contribute to anything to. So our elite also abandoned the political process. And what do you have that are in control now? You know them. I am in Ibadan, and I want to be able to go back safely. Otherwise, I will have said in Ibadan, you have Tokyo, you have auxiliary. In Lagos, you have MC Oluomo and the like. But I will not mention those names. No, I won't mention those names. They are more popular than the president of the Nigerian Bar Association. They are more influential than the president of the Nigerian Medical Association. They are more relevant than the fellow of the Nigerian Society of Engineers. This is the society that we have, and these are the people who determine the political outcome. When they determine the political outcome, guess what? Who will care about the rest of you? That the only time you talk and participate in the political process is on our television. So therefore, our elite abdicating the political space has also been part of the problem that reduce the quality of governance and the dividend democratic rule that we should be enjoying in the country. Because of all of this, the bad governance has now exacerbated our fault lines. Religion has become a factor. Tribalism has become a factor, but the political class don't care about religion or tribe when they sit down to feast on the common patrimony. They only do so when they want to win votes. So we must also ensure that we, as a people, also measure what we expect to come. So what do we have? We have a total disconnect now between the government and the governed. To the extent that if government does what is right, the citizens have become so cynical that they will say those things are a mistake It's because the quality of governance has reduced. What do I think we need to do? Number one, we need to have a moral rearmament. We need national ethos. No society thrives on the basis of materialism alone. No society thrives on the basis of materialism alone. And I'll give you an example. When you talk about America, that's what they call American dream. You know about their capitalism. When you talk about China, you know they're left-leaning. They have socialism. If you talk about Britain, you know they're conservative. Go to the Middle East, like it, hate it. You know Israel has an ideology. Iran has an ideology. India has an ideology. No nation, no society thrives without a driving ideology. There must be something that glues the society together. There must be something that defines the national ethos. There must be something that the citizens can relate to. Materialism alone cannot give us the development. We need to have a national ethos. In the Southwest, we used to have the concept of Omoluabi. And the concept of Omoluabi was so strong that as a young child in Abeokuta, as a young child, if a family was suspected to have run into affluence that could not be explained, our parents would call us. Because we do not know where they have gotten their money from. The concept of Omoluabi has disappeared. So as a country, for us to have a true development, we must have national ethos, something that drives us all, that drives all of us. And we need a multi-stakeholders approach. Our clergy must not only preach, they must also live what they preach. Our traditional rulers should stop giving money, should not give title to crooks, to people whose source of money we cannot explain. Our political party should stop giving tickets to people only on the basis of money. The second thing I believe we need to do, we need to align the performance metrics with what we expect. A member of a legislature, these are your roles. We measure you on the basis of those roles. When last did you hear that a senator in America distributed Okada? When last did you hear that a member of parliament in UK distributed solar lights? Those are not the jobs of a legislator. But my fellow legislator, please do so if you want to return. I'm doing so in my state. But I'm saying that's not our job. So we must also begin to align our performance metrics with what the quality, with what the requirement of the job should be. Number 3, more powers should be devolved to the subnationals. And we have seen a traction in that regard, and we must thank President Bola Tinubu. A few things are happening that if you look at them individually, they may look insignificant. But when you put them together, Bola Tinubu may be on the way to do political reform in a very subtle manner. 2 examples I will give you. The local government autonomy. Everybody thinks local government autonomy. As we speak now, all the states in the country are struggling to conduct local government elections. The one for Ogun State is next week. So we're also conducting the local government election. This is happening in a very subtle manner. Number 2, every region now has a development commission. And in a very swift manner, the president has created a ministry of regional development. I ask you, look closely. This thing, and thirdly, a tax reform bill is coming to National Assembly. All of these are subtle things that the president is doing to devolve more powers to subnational. When powers become devolved to subnationals, I believe there will be a healthy competition, healthy rivalry again. Number 4, I am. You know, I thought they have hacked my microphone. If you hack my microphone, I will charge you for cybercrime. That's the computer I supervise. And I'm talking about technology. Some of you will remember, 5 years ago, 6 years ago, if you needed to obtain visa of UK or US, you go to Water Carrington Street in Lagos. You could stay there from 12 midnight till morning when they will call you. But today, that process has been digitized. As I speak here, somebody is booking my return flight to Abuja for me. I don't have to go to the airport. I don't have to pay it out. The next thing we must insist is government must digitize its operations and its activities. Without digitization, you are going to give the civil servant the leeway to determine whether to attend to you or not to you. Why you can book your hotel, whether in New York, you can go to Umrah and book your hotel from here. Why do I need to go to Abuja to access government services? Why must I come to government house in Ibadan here to be able to obtain government services from Ogbomoso? So technology must also be deployed. With technology, we're going to minimize the discretion available to civil servants. It will minimize the cost of governance, and it will also reduce corruption. Lastly, as a suggestion, whenever you listen to Nigerians talk about Nigeria, the only thing they don't talk about is what is my own role in bringing about the new Nigeria I'm talking about. It is always very easy to use the word day. Day, àwọn olórí wa. Day, our government. Day, our National Assembly. And meanwhile, the man is the chairman of CDA. He cannot even account for the money that they contributed for the development of his area. The man is the chairman of resident association. He cannot account for the money that the resident contributed to fix the potholes in the estate. The greatest factor for this country to change is the me factor. If each and every one of us also begins to represent the idea we would like to see, if our market women in Bodija, in Agodi, if they also begin to represent the transparency, the integrity in the process that they are looking for in their leaders, little by little. After all, there was a time in the western region that you will be traveling, and from Odeda local government, the local government that borders you, that borders Omiadio, on that stretch of the road, as a young person, you will see fruits, you will see food items by the roadside. When we are coming from Abeokuta, you will stop, you will see the money that they will have put there to indicate the cost. You take your own and you put money down there. This is not about government, it's about value. Where are those values? Has it gone? So for us to go back, every one of us here must be a Lamadishino. You cannot come to celebrate Lamadishino and begin to behave like those who call Lamadishino prisoner of war. You must be a Lamadishino. The true way to celebrate Lamadishino is good in what we are doing, but the better way is for each and every one of us to say, what did Lamadishino do when he was a member of the House of Representatives? What did he do when he was principal of the school? What did he do as governor of the state? That is the main factor that we all need to go about with. We cannot continue to point accusing fingers at others. We cannot be using the word day when we are saying we fail to do what is needful. I will conclude this way by calling your attention to say it's not all gloom. Nigeria is on the rise. And this is not just an optimism because the president is there. Oh, of course, because the president is there, a tested leader, a proven administrator, somebody who identified nurtures talent, someone who is committed to Nigeria. He has been in trenches, now he's in a villa, he's able to combine the experience together. It's not just about that. Of course, that's part of it. But I also tell you two other things. Number one, when you look closely, this country produced a Dora Akonyele. The law of NAFDAC was not changed for Dora. Dora brought herself into the job. And today, if I ask you to mention 3 names of the DGs of NAFDAC, you easily recollect Dora. You will scratch your head to remember 2 other ones. So Dora was from this country. It's at a point when she came, it gave us a hope that all is not lost in this country. Number 2, there's an Oloide, the JAMB registrar. Again, when people talk about it is the system, human beings build the system, not the other way around. Oloide is a professor of Arabic. He is the 5th registrar of JAMB. There have been 4 registrars of JAMB before him. 2 of them were professors of psychometrics, of testing. What JAMB was set up to do. They didn't deliver the JAMB that we wanted. It took a professor of Arabic, somebody who was not familiar with tests and psychometrics, to come and turn around JAMB. Therefore, for as long as there's an Oloride here, for as long as there's a Dora Kuyili, we cannot give up on this country. Those oases of excellence convince me that the country's glass is half full, not half empty. I enjoin you to look at this country with the view of an horticulturalist. An horticulturalist will get to a garden. He will see the lush green. He will see the centipede. He will see the millipede. He will see everything working in order. And he will say, oh, what an amazing garden. The same garden, a sanitary inspector will get there. Rather to see the lush green, rather to see the ecosystem, he will see the centipede and say, oh, this is a source of germ. This is a source of death. The same garden, different perspective. Let's look at our country with the view of an horticulturalist and not that of the sanitary inspector. I would like to conclude this way. That we may be going through a lot of challenges now. But something was comforting to me. I was going through this program and I saw a quote by the man we have come to celebrate, Baba Laals Adesina. He said something that I consider to be very profound. It says, in this program, it says, in the face of despair, you believe there's hope. In the face of militancy, you believe there can be peace. In the face of election rigging and subverting the wishes of the people, you believe one day our votes will count. In the face of politics that shuts you out, you believe you can be one people reaching for what is possible. In the face of ineffective leaders, you believe Nigeria will still make it. In the face of lack of good schools, you believe our education system can still be better. In the face of a black future for the youth, you believe there's light at the end of the tunnel. Laals Adesina. I'd therefore like to conclude. I'd like to conclude with the words of the man that was the political sage, not just of Southwest, but of Nigeria. The man that Laals Adesina was a disciple. I'm referring to Chief Obafemi Awolowo. And Chief Obafemi Awolowo said this. And I will leave that with you to ponder on. And he says, I would like to be remembered for helping to build a strong and united multi-ethnic state. I want to be remembered for creating the basis for an irreversible revolution in education, in the provision of social justice in Nigeria. I have not succeeded in all days, but I have set a pattern which no other Nigerian can ignore. Nothing more to say. God bless and God bless the Federal Republic of Nigeria.
I think we can be more generous for this fantastic lecturer. Guest lecturer, Distinguished Senator of the Federal Republic, Shuaib Afolabi Salisu, representing Ogun Central, Chairman, Senate Committee on ICT and Cybersecurity. He has delivered the message of our guest speaker, Senator Michael Okpayemi Bamidele, Senate Leader of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. Another round of applause for him. Thank you, sir. Now, Kabiyesi, the Olubado of Ibadan land, is properly represented here by His Royal Highness Oba Ademola Odunade, Ashaju Olubado of Ibadan land. Eke Kabiyesi is representing His Royal Majesty Oba Owolabi Olakunleyin the First. Eke Kabiyesi and Prince Folaranmi Isiaq Fako. Etunke Kabiyesi f'Olubadan lẹ́ẹ̀kan sí o. Our own senator, the Okanlomo of Ibadan land, is eminently present here. He handled Laals Adesina poverty program when Papa Lam was alive. And we are proud of him that he went ahead to serve Oyo State as the distinguished senator of Oyo South of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. Senator SOJ, the Okonlomo of Ibadan land, Chief Adesoji Rilwan Akabi, we are proud of you, sir. A round of applause for him. And of course, the former chairman of Ibadan North, Lapido, is in the house. And our friend, Mama's daughter, Dr. Mrs. Ayoyinka Babatunde, a great educationist, is also in the house. I must say that there has always been lectures honoring Lam Adesina. I remember the first year after Lam Adesina's passing, there was a lecture by Imam Oluyole, now Dr. Mudathir Atonda Bada, M.A. Bada. He retired as the executive director and CEO of Femi Johnson brokers, insurance brokers. And I knew him as way back as 1982 at Femi Johnson when I was in Radio Nigeria. Salaam alaikum, and his wife. Her Excellency Dr. Florence Ajimobi is represented here by the former First Lady of Oyo State, is represented by Barrister Adedayo Aborishade. That's representing Dr. Mrs. Florence Ajimobi. We appreciate. Thank you very much. Now, we are going straight to goodwill messages. But we must recognize some Mogajis here quickly. I will be fast with him. Mogaji Alababolani Wise here. Mogaji Abbas Oloko, my employer, former employer here. Mogaji Abiodun Bolagade here. Honorable Mojid Olaya Olive, former secretary, is here. Prince Badelano, Omo Babawa, and Honorable Saeed Akiadefi Jabi, two-time rep, is also in the house. We welcome all of you. Edmond Obilo, please come and invite the people for goodwill messages. Please put your hands together again for the radio man, Edmond Obilo, once again.
We just listened to a lecture that I can describe as power speaking truth to power. Senator, that was a vibrant lecture. You hit the nail on the head, and there are lessons to take away from your lecture. And I'm also so confessed that you ended on a positive note. There is a great future for Nigeria. And we have the capacity to build a country for the common good. And that is why we are here. We are here to celebrate a man who contributed in no small measure to good governance. Lam Adesina lived a life defined by unyielding dedication to justice, truth, and the betterment of society. He was a teacher, a historian, he was a philosopher. Lam Adesina's journey was one of steadfast commitment to principles, inspiring countless others to fight for the common good. As a journalist, he was the first politician to inspire me. And from the first day I met him, I have become a friend of the family. I don't forget some of the stories he told me to define my journalism career. Ladies and gentlemen, I know some of us have a lot to say about the former governor of Oyo State. Let me call on the chairman of APC Oyo State, Alhaji Laide Abbas, to give his goodwill message. Mr. Chairman, Chairman, All Progressives Congress, Oyo State, Alhaji Laide Abbas, come give your goodwill message about the philosopher we are talking about. Lam Adesina was a philosopher king. Lam Adesina was inspiring. His memory lives on. Thank you, sir.
Alhamdulillah, Alhamdulillah, Alhamdulillah. I'm saying this on all our behalf, that God has given us the grace to see the celebration of a great man like this. We thank God for all of us. There is no doubt from the documentary and the lecture we have had that you all agree with me that Lam Adesina is a philosopher king. You also agree with me that Lam Adesina is an excellent model for anybody who calls himself progressive to follow. We thank God for his life. And we pray that God Almighty will make Al-Jannah Firdaus his permanent abode. I thank all of you for coming down to witness this occasion. Thank you very much.
Thank you. He was brief and straight to the point. Ladies and gentlemen, let me call a former Senate leader, three-time senator, the immediate past gubernatorial candidate of the All Progressive Congress in Oyo State. Ladies and gentlemen, join me to welcome Senator Teslim Folari to give his goodwill message.
Thank you very much, Edmund. All protocol respectfully observed. My own interaction with Baba is that, what struck me when I first got close to him was that for him, it was just about the people. And I remember the first day he invited me to his house, and I asked somebody to take me there. Our debe muni anile governor Lam Adesina lan won ile na re. Mo tún béèrè again. Ilé governor là ń lọ. Wọ́n ní ilé ẹ̀ náà rè kò jù báyìí náà lọ. And I think it's a lesson for upcoming politicians. When they say progressive politicians, those are the real progressives, in my own opinion. For them, it was just about people, people, people. So on this note, I want to join everyone in celebrating this great man of history. I'm even surprised that this is the first time, this is the first inaugural lecture. We should have been doing this. And I want to congratulate the family and make sure that they keep this up every year. Thank you very much.
Senator Folari has added a caveat. Real progressives. While the senator delivered his lecture, he made a call to the elites. Political elites like Folari Senator Buhari, Senator Lanlane. He spoke directly to the elites. Ladies and gentlemen, let me call on a former deputy governor for your state. He will be speaking for a former governor of Osun State, Rauf Aregbesola. So Rauf Aregbesola has a message that will be delivered by former deputy governor for your state, Engineer Rauf Olaniyan. Engineer Olaniyan, I saw him sitting, okay. Okay, he's coming. As he comes, Engineer Olaniyan,
Good afternoon. Good afternoon, the whole house. Wow. Good afternoon, ẹ káàsán o. Ẹ káàsán o. A kí gbogbo àwọn tó wà níjòkó. Ìdúró tí mo dúró yìí kì í ṣe ìdúró Rauf Olaniyan. Ìdúró Rauf Ọ̀gbẹ́ni Rauf Aregbesola ni mo dúró. So ohun tí mo wá sọ ní àsìkò yìí Rauf Aregbesola ló sọ ọ́. Wọ́n ní ká kí gbogbo ilé pátápátá. Màá ka ẹ̀dà ọ̀rọ̀ tí wọ́n fi ránṣẹ́ sí ìjókòó yìí. This is the remark of Ọ̀gbẹ́ni Rauf Aregbesola at the maiden edition of Adesina annual lecture series holding here at Jogon Center today, Monday, 11th November 2024. All protocols duly observed. It gives me great pleasure to be at this very important event. I must therefore thank the organizer of this kind invitation sent to me on this edition of Adesina Memorial Lecture. This lecture is in the good memory of a progressive icon, our dear leader, Adesina, who, among other things, was the governor of Oyo State between 1999 and 2003. Alhaji Lam was a member of the House of Rep in 1979 to 1983. History will be kind to him because he caught his space for himself. In the progressive circle. He was a disciple of Obafemi Awolowo and Chief Bola Ige. He had a good understanding of the political power and how to use it. He has a good grasp of power as an instrument for the public good, for serving the people. We saw in him how the leadership positions should be used to benefit the populace. With his mentors, Chief Bola Ige, Chief Awolowo, they saw power as an instrument to alleviate the condition of the people. Alhaji Adesina was an embodiment of finance of these leaders. His life was struggled with many parts as a teacher, as a journalist, as a public advocacy, in politics, in legislature, public admin, and political activist. In the early days of military administration, when autocracy was the order of the day, he was a thorn in the flesh of the military. He contributed immensely to the platform of Nadeco. He was one of the Yoruba leaders, including Chief Bola Ige, arrested by Abacha, and he was put in illegal detention and duped as a prisoner of war by the then Oyo State military governor. There are many lessons we can learn from the life of this man. The first is that he was a contented person. Adesina was a contented person. He was never given to ostentation living and vanity of life. He lived within his means and was never tempted by the idea of power in the political office. He never engaged in primitive accumulation, even when he could have done so easily. Secondly, he was a conciliatory person, a man of peace, not given to conflicts and political conflagration. He was also a man of principle. He fought for us and stood by the side of the people throughout his lifetime. That Adesina was being honored today is a big event for the progressives. The memory his memory will be kept alive forever and forever in the progressive family. I congratulate the wife, Mama Lamade. Including all those involved in this program. Once again, I thank you for inviting me to this program. I thank you all for your kind attention. Èyí ni ọ̀rọ̀ tí ọ̀gbẹ́ni Rauf Arẹ́gbẹ́ṣọlá tó fi ránṣẹ́ sí ìjókòó yìí.
The hall is becoming overtly rowdy. Can we check our voices, please? Ladies and gentlemen, we'll be rounding off anytime soon. The former deputy governor, Raouf Olanio, whispered something to me. He said what distinguished Lam Adesina was that he kept to any agreement he entered into with anybody, written or unwritten, and that speaks integrity. Let me call on a senator of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, also a 3-time senator. You know, there are times I wonder if Senator Buhari gets angry at all. He's always happy. Let's welcome Senator Fatai Buhari of Oyo State to give his goodwill message. Senator, please help us tell them to calm down a bit. What is going on in the hall? It's about food and drinks, and the voices are too loud. Senator, please speak with them.
Mama, ẹ̀yin lèmi fẹ́ bá sọ̀rọ̀. Mo kí yín, ẹ dẹ̀ kú oríire mama. Kò sí tí ẹnìkankan fẹ́ sọ lórí Baba Lam. Mama, look at the hall today. Everybody is here to say one thing or the other about Baba. The legacy he left behind cannot be quantified in monetary terms. I don't think there's anybody in this hall today that has not passed through one benefit or the other from Baba. I was just teasing Fatai Ibikule now. When I won my election to the House of Rep, and now say let me go and see my cousin in London. I was walking on Ejua Road, and I saw Baba and Fatai Ibikule. They were coming. They didn't see me. So I laughed flat on the ground to prostrate to greet Baba. He now asked Fatai Ibikule, Tani. Fatai now said, Oma Wato says a winning election to the House of Rep. We were going in opposite direction. He now held my hand to follow them. For the next 15 to 20 minutes, he was telling me the history of House of Rep, the way it works. Because I have not been there, I just won an election. I was just an House of Rep member elect. He now said, Bogbonto banche pata pata fododo she bi awa she niye. And that thing stick to my head. And since that time, I always wake up to pray for him, because this thing, look at the hall. Nobody is even in a hurry to go, because Baba is an epitome of good thing. I pray and pray to God for him to continue to rest in peace. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Mr. Senator. From what we have heard from the different speakers, it is clear that Lam Adesina's legacy calls on us to pursue a society where the common good is paramount, where leaders serve with honesty, and where the welfare of the people is the supreme law. Lam Adesina's life remains a powerful testament that greatness in leadership is measured not by privilege, but by sacrifice, integrity, and unwavering commitment to uplifting the people. Lam Adesina's story invites each of us to be more, to do more, and to strive for a Nigeria that truly serves us all. Like Senator Shuaib Afolabi Salisu said in his lecture, we have to revamp our value systems. We have to demonetize the polity. And we have to come out with measures for proper assessment. The President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria is represented here. Yes, we are waiting for the representative of the president. He has a message from the president. I remember when Lam Adesina passed on the 11th of November 2012, the first thing that crossed my mind was his life and the principles he stood for. Senator Folari said he represented real progressives. Senator Shuaib Afolabi Salisu reminds us of the destruction of our public school system. Lam Adesina represented that leadership that valued education. I know he will be mourning to see what we have done with public education. So, ladies and gentlemen, let me call on the representative of the President, His Excellency Bola Ahmed Tinubu, the Commander-in-Chief of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, represented here by the Minister of Power, okay. Join me to welcome the President to the podium, represented by the Minister of Power, Chief Bayo Adelabu. He has a message for us from the President. Please listen attentively. Mr. Minister, happy to say.
Hello, enjoy the kadake. Ẹ jọ̀wọ́ ẹ jẹ́ ká dákẹ́ ẹ jọ̀ọ́ kó jókòó mẹ́rin ẹ jọ̀ọ́ ẹ jókòó ẹ jọ̀ọ́ ẹ ṣé gan, thank you very much. Àwọn tó dúró ń bí ẹ jẹ́ ká náà jókòó ẹ jọ̀ọ́. Good afternoon, everyone. Ẹ káàsán o. Ẹ jọ̀ọ́ ìṣẹ́jú márùn-ún tí a fi máa jẹ́ iṣẹ́ ààrẹ orílẹ̀-èdè wa. Ẹ jẹ́ ká wà ní ìdákẹ́jẹ́ ẹ jọ̀ọ́ torí Ọlọ́run. Ó tẹ̀mí fi máa bẹ̀rẹ̀ ní orin kékeré kan. Ìbáṣepá ikú láyé o, àbábá Muhammad, àbábá Muhammada, ọ̀kẹ́ mẹ́fà lẹ́gbàjì, àwa ò bá wọn lá. Great Lamb, ẹ ṣé. This is the message from Mr. President. The first is to tender his apology for not being able to make this great occasion. He sincerely wanted to be present here, but duty calls did not allow him. It is no secret that Mr. President is presently in Saudi Arabia attending a peace conference. So on Friday evening, he called me and he said, Bayo, I want to send you home. I said, where? Do you have 2 homes? Ibadan. You will go and represent me and deliver my personal message. And I told him, in the midst of all these national grid collapse, disturbances, you still wanted me to go to Ibadan. I said, yes. Mr. President said, ibi tá ti ń ṣe ọdún ìlàsàmàjà, láti ń ṣe ti Múláwá. He said, governance and politics go on pari passu, and we must play it together. Ààrẹ sọ wípé òṣèlú àti ìṣèlú méjèèjì ló lọ papọ̀. You must find time to go and represent me at this great occasion. So I'm happy and I feel honored to be here. Today I'm wearing 2 caps. I'm wearing the cap of a member of the Federal Cabinet and the representative of Mr. President at this occasion. My second cap is that of a grandchild of late Governor Laals Adesina. Fathers have children, fathers have grandchildren. In fact, at a time when the children are old, the focus of the father is on the grandchildren. Having sprang up from Abiola Ajimobi's political school, who happened to be a child of Governor Laals Adesina. So I qualify to be grandchild of late Governor Laals Adesina. So this is Mr. President's message. Our distinguished guest lecturer, Senator M.O.B. Opeyemi Bamidele, ably represented by my dear brother, our senator from Ogun State, former governor of Ekiti State, and former honorable minister of industry, trade and investments, His Excellency Chief Adeniyi Adebayo. All former deputy governors, His Excellency Iyola Oladokun, His Excellency Alake Adeyemo, and His Excellency Chief Olaniyan. Serving senators of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, using my dear brother as point of contact, Senator Fatai Buhari. Serving members of the Federal House of Representatives, here present, using my dear brother, Senator Honorable Aderemi Oseni as the point of contact. All former members of the National Assembly. My point of contact here is my own dear Egbon, the former Senate leader and APC Guba candidate in 2023 elections, Senator Teslim Kolawole Folari. I recognize you all. Former members of the federal cabinet, using our own Alhaji Adebayo Shitu, former Minister of Communications, as point of contact, and former members of Oyo State House of Assembly. Honorable Sumonu is my point of contact here. The former speaker, former commissioners, and senior government officials of Oyo State, using the former chief of staff to Governor Abiola Ajimobi and former chairman of the Nigerian Communications Commission, Professor Adeolu Akonde, as the point of contact. The matriarch of Lam Adesina's family, our mama, Alhaja Mrs. Saratu Adesina, Eku Imule Lowo, Eku Idele, Adekworo Eyan. My dear brother, the former member of the Federal House of Representatives, and the former Honorable Commissioner for Youth and Sports, Oyo State, Honorable Dapo Lam Adesina. Thank you. The chairman and all ESCO members of Oyo State APC, all distinguished party leaders of APC here present, all the political children and grandchildren of our late leader, our late mentor, our late role model, late Governor Lam Adesina. Gentlemen of the press, distinguished invited ladies and gentlemen, this is the speech delivered by the President, Commander-in-Chief of the Armed Forces, His Excellency President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, at the maiden edition of the Lam Adesina Lecture Series held in Ibadan, Oyo State on Monday, November 11th, 2024. I deem it a great privilege to be here today to honor a renowned educator, an astute politician, and partner in my democratic journey, the great Lam Adesina, at this maiden edition of Lam Adesina Lecture Series. The theme for this maiden lecture, Improving Nigeria's Governance, Lessons from the Past, Strategies for the Future, is equally apt, considering the ideals that Lam Adesina stood for in his lifetime. And what are those ideals? In his lifetime, Lam Adesina was a champion of democracy. His entry into politics was marked by his election to the Federal House of Representatives for Ibadan South constituency in 1979 under the Unity Party of Nigeria, UPN. Like all of us, he later became a leader of the National Democratic Coalition, NADECO, advocating for an end to military rule and the restoration of democracy. He marched on the street, unmindful of the danger to himself. Indeed, his exceptional bravery and conviction earned him recognition as a prisoner of war during the military regime of late General Sani Abacha. As my colleague and governor of Oyo State from 1999 to 2003, Lam Adesina implemented policies aimed at improving education, healthcare, and infrastructure. His administration prioritized rural development, empowering local communities through grassroots activities, His commitment to transparency and accountability set him apart as a leader, earning him respect from the people. He was frugal to a fault. As members of the Progressive Governors Fold, at the advent of democracy in 1999, we had a very cordial relationship. I call him Great Lamb. Our precepts of democracy were in tandem. We shared the same views of progressive politics. He was not only a friend, he was a senior brother in my democratic odyssey. He was a reliable ally. He was a senior colleague. Lamb stood for high democratic ideals that underpin the democratic system of government. Ideals that are essential for ensuring that power is held by the people, either directly or through elected representatives. Ideals of effective participation in governance, with citizens making their views known on policy decisions. Consequently, in honor of his memory, the progressives in Oyo State must come together as one. I want to repeat this. To honor Lam Adesina's memory, the progressives in Oyo State must come together as one. Power is not served a la carte. You all must fight the fight, and you must win the battle. Come 2027, Oyo State must return home. It must return to the progressive fold. I will. We remember Lam Adesina today because he left indelible marks in the sands of time. His integrity and selflessness inspired a generation of politicians and citizens. His unwavering stance against corruption and mismanagement paved the way for future leaders to follow. This is quite important. Senator Teslim Folari, in his short message, made reference to how he felt the first time he was shown the house of our late Governor Lam Adesina. His own was not that of materialism. It was not that of material and wealth acquisition. His life was to serve the people. His life was to change Oyo State. That is what Mr. President is talking about here. As a columnist, his writings under the Search Continues column in the Nigerian Tribune offered insightful critiques of successive military regimes, further solidifying his reputation as a champion of democracy. As he is being remembered by the family today, and friends today, and political associates through the institution of these lecture series, we continue to remember his contributions to the development of Oyo State. We also honor his unwavering dedication to Nigeria's progress. I wish Lam was alive to witness my being the president of the Federal Republic of Nigeria today. But that is how God wanted it. His legacy serves as a beacon, guiding future leaders toward a path of integrity, transparency, and accountability. As we reflect on his life and service, we are reminded that true leadership is not about personal gain, but about serving the greater good of the people. According to John Maxwell, a leader is one who knows the way, who goes the way, and shows the way. In his lifetime, Lam Adesina knew the way. He went through the way and showed others the way. Didn't he? Lam showed us the way. And this is reflected in the caliber, the profile of people that are gathered in this hall today. 12 years after his death, how many of our leaders can actually boast of this kind of support from their people? That shows that Lam Adesina knew the way, he went through the way, and showed all of us the way, either directly or indirectly. Lam Adesina's life was a shining example of democracy, of integrity, and selfless service. His legacy continues to inspire Nigerians to strive for a better future, built on the principles of transparency, accountability, and good governance. As an educator, Lam Adesina left an indelible mark on the country's democracy and development. His life was a testament to his unwavering commitment to the principles of democracy, integrity, and public service. As I conclude these remarks about this great Nigerian and my partner in democratic ideals, I also urge support for the various reforms of my administration. It may seem tough now. I assure you, it offers a ray of hope for Nigeria's progress. Our reforms aim to strengthen the economy, improve the security of lives and property, and secure our borders and territorial integrity, and boost our infrastructure development. Supporting these reforms is crucial for Nigeria's growth and prosperity. Our reforms will also ensure that our citizens contribute to a brighter future for themselves and generations to come. At this point, I can say that as a member of the federal cabinet, and talking to you as my fathers and my mothers, my brothers and sisters, my friends, my colleagues, this is a family in Oyo State. Mr. President means well for this country and is doing everything possible to ensure that our lives change for the better. Infrastructures are turned around. There is security of lives and property. But there's always a temporary gain. There's temporary pain. There is no country in the world that went through reforms, that went through economic transformation, that did not endure this temporary pain. Talk about Singapore, talk about Malaysia, South Korea, China, and so on and so forth. They all passed through this temporary pain. So when they call Mr. President T-pain, they are right. It is not Tinubu's pain, it is temporary pain. But the T-pain is going to become PG, permanent gain. So from temporary pain to permanent gain. From what I can see and witness in Abuja, the way Mr. President works day and night, he means so well for this country. But he needs our support. He needs the support of people that elected him. Please, let us continue to support him. I therefore urge you all to rally behind my administration and let us work together towards a better Nigeria. That is the message of Mr. President. Now, I will take 2 minutes to pass across my own message for this occasion. Ẹ jẹ́ ká padà sílé. We are done with the message of Mr. President from Abuja. I mentioned the other time that I'm a grandchild of Great Lam Adesina by association. When I entered this hall, I was moved to tears. Omi fẹ́rẹ̀ máa bọ́ sílẹ̀ lójú mi. So, it is possible for us to gather like this under a single roof after all that we have passed through as a party. Infightings, disagreements, defection, and all this. I think we need to say, Alhamdulillah. Ẹ jẹ́ ká sọ pé, Alhamdulillah. Alhamdulillah. Alhamdulillah Rabbil Alamin. So, inú mi dùn wípé gbogbo wa tún lè kójọ lénìí. Àwọn ojú tí mo rí yìí, in fact, ká dúpẹ́ lọ́wọ́ Ọlọ́run pé nǹkan ohun ọ̀tun ó ti bẹ̀rẹ̀ nínú ẹgbẹ́ wa APC. Ẹ ṣé. Ẹ má jẹ́ kí àǹfààní yìí kó fò wá ru. Let us leverage on the event of today for us to unite as a strong party. Wọ́n ní pé àrìpọ̀ méjò ló ń jọ méjò níyà. Tí ọ̀ká bá ń lọ níwájú, tí paramọ́lẹ̀ tẹ̀lé, tójòlá ń bọ̀ lẹ́yìn wọn, tí ṣèbè ń bọ̀, kò sẹ́ni tó lè wò wá lójú. I say it, no party can beat this gathering. The question is, why is this the first lecture 12 years after? Ẹ jọ̀ọ́, lecture yìí ò ní parọ́. This event must continue. It must continue. We must not stop it. It is better late than never. So, as a token contribution for continuation of this event, from my own personal purse, not from Mr. President, please, I'm going to give the committee 5 million naira for this event. Ẹ ṣé, I'll give the check to Honorable Lam Adesina, Dr. Lam Adesina. Then, let's go back to our progressive ideals and let us listen to our leaders. Ọlọ́run ló fún wa ní Ọbáfẹ́mi Awólọ́wọ̀, bẹ́ẹ̀ ni àbí bẹ́ẹ̀ kọ́? Ọbáfẹ́mi Awólọ́wọ̀ ló fún wa ní Bọ́lá Ìgè, bẹ́ẹ̀ ni àbí bẹ́ẹ̀ kọ́? Aṣọ di gómìnà bá aṣọ di gómìnà. Bọ́lá Ìgè ló fún wa ní Lam Adesina, bẹ́ẹ̀ ni àbí bẹ́ẹ̀ kọ́? Ó di gómìnà bí ó di gómìnà. Lam Adesina fún wa ní Abíọ́lá Ajímọ́bí, ó di gómìnà bí ó di gómìnà. Ta ni Abíọ́lá Ajímọ́bí fún wa o? Thank you very much. See you.
Shall we give Mr. President a standing ovation? Standing ovation for Mr. President, represented by our own son, Adebayo Wahid Adelabu Kwenkelemes. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Ẹ jẹ́ ká jókòó. All right. Ẹ jọ̀wọ́. Ntí mo fẹ́ ṣe ń sìn, ó wà very important. I'm going to do a rapid fire names of gbogbo àwọn tó wà ní page 52. Kí gbogbo wọn kàn dìde to take a bow. His Excellency Chief Ijiola Oladokun, Senator Femi Lanlẹ́yìn, Ọ̀túnba Moses Alake Adéyẹmọ, àwọn Central Coordinating Committee, Senator Monsurat Simonu, Alhaji Fatai Ibikunle, Professor Siaka Kolawole, Honorable Dr. Lam Adesina. Please stand up and take a bow. ẹ kú iṣẹ́ o, stand up and take a bow fún iṣẹ́ ribiribi tẹ́ ṣe. Security Committee, Honourable Kehinde Subal, Chief Caleb Oyaniyi, Honourable Fatai Salam, Honourable Kuala Algon, Remi Sadiq, Honourable Dauda Dabas, Alhaji Tajuddin Aziz Olorokun, Mr. Remi Olalekan, Security Committee, please stand up and take a bow. Wonderful job you have done. Ẹ fún wọn látẹ̀wọ́. Entertainment Welfare Committee, Chief Muftar Salawu, Honourable Lasun Adebumi, Honourable Hamzat Okushola, Alhaji Kehinde Balogun, Honourable Ramota Oke Makinde, Erelu Funke Olayanju, Sheikh Tajuddin Olujide, Mrs. Falade, Dr. Saka Adewumi, Mr. Tunde Afijio. That's Entertainment Welfare Committee. Please stand up, take a bow for wonderful job you have done. Ẹ fún wọn ní àtẹ́wọ́. Media, Mr. Kehinde Olasebikan Kenny O, Wale Shadare, Mr. Wale Shadare, Mr. Yinka Agbola, Parrot Extra, Mr. Razak Olubodun, please stand up, take a bow for the wonderful job you have done. Protocol Committee, Chief Femi Abiola, Honourable Bosun Oladele, Honourable Kazim Adeshile Adedeji, Honourable Kunle Jenrade, Mr. Dele Akinleye, Honourable Said Alano, Mr. Ahmed Abodurin, Honourable Olu Abiola, Honourable Emmanuel Adelowo, Comrade Wale Abisoye, Engineer Ganiu Fawole, Barrister Fatah Akisomi, Mr. Wahid Ibadanot, Mr. Kunle Oduola, Mr. Maruf Lamonlo, okay, Mr. Dotun. That's for Protocol Committee. Take a bow. Thank you very much. Now, Akigbopo àwọn 1999 set of councillors. Honourable Tajuddin Aziz Olorokun, Honourable Dabas, and Honourable Esho representing them. And of course, Chairman, Caretaker Chairman, under Governor Lam Adesina, Honourable Trimisi Alarakpe, Honourable Musba Okpokuola and others. Lẹ́ẹ̀kan sí adúpẹ́ lọ́wọ́ Oli of Africa àti Alesh Lọ́yẹ́ ẹ máa mọ̀ ṣe o. I call with respect for the vote of thanks on Lam's Deputy Governor, His Excellency Chief Iyola Oladokun. Vote of thanks, and then we rise. Please put your hands together for His Excellency Chief Iyola Oladokun.
In carrying out this assignment, I would like to invite a distinguished former Senator of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, Senator Oluwafemi Lanlẹ́yìn, to join me here. He is the co-chair of this outfit. Yes. The President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, His Excellency Senator Ahmed Tinubu, ably represented by our own Honorable Minister of Power, Honorable Bayo Adelabu, thank you very much for coming. I would like to stand on the protocol which was ably refined and established by the Honorable Minister in addressing us. We want to thank everybody that have been here since morning. But I want to do something very important, because everything we have been doing here today okay. Thank you, Honorable Minister. I've just been corrected that in the order of protocol, we omitted a very critical stakeholder in the events of this or your state. We want to recognize the presence and the able representation of the Olubadan of Ibadan land. Thank you very much. Ẹ bá wa kí àwọn kábíyèsí, ẹ jẹ́ gbogbo wa ó ṣe kábíyèsí o. Adúpẹ́ ìlú ó máa tòrò. Yes, I want to do something. Everything that we have been doing here today, that we have been talking about, have been in respect of our father. And that is how it should be. But there is one important igi lẹ́yìn ọgbà. And that is our mama. I want us to do something special in recognition of our mama today. Ladies and gentlemen, in July this year, that is about 4 months ago, our mama turned 80. And in honoring her, I will want all of us that are below 80 to stand up and sing the happy birthday to her. All of us that are below, not yet 80, to stand up. No, ma, please sit down. Everybody here that is not yet 80 years, I always, with respect, the representative of Olubadan of Ibadan land, and any other person that is above 80, please sit down. All of us, let's stand up and sing happy birthday to our mama. 3, 4. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you, mama. Happy birthday to you. May the good Lord protect you. May the good Lord bless you. May the good Lord bless you always. Happy birthday to you. Ẹ pẹ́ fún wa mà, ẹ mú lérò pẹ́. Adúpẹ́ lọ́wọ́ Olúwa fún gbèsè ayé yín. Àlàáfíà tẹ́ wà, irú èèyàn tẹ́ jẹ́. Àádọ́ fi lè ronú àti gbèrú nǹkan báyìí kalẹ̀. Olúwa túbọ̀ bá wa lọ́rọ̀ ẹ̀mí yín. Congratulations, ma. My next assignment is to thank the guest speaker for a well-researched lecture. We really appreciate you. Please give our profound appreciation to our senator. Today's lecture, you've given us a copy of it. You will see what we do with it by the grace of God in the future. The Honorable Minister, thank you very much for representing our president. I want to assure you, please, gentlemen, please, I want to assure you of 2 things. One, Mr. President, preach to us in Oyo State to be united. By the grace of God, that will happen. So that locusts will not invade us again. 2, if the jingle for this program is played to you, to your hearing, you will hear it there that we have proposed that this lecture will be annual by the grace of God. And you have cemented the foundation. By the grace of God, it will continue. I want to thank everybody, our fathers, our mothers, on behalf of the planning committee. We thank you very much for coming. God bless you. Now that you know, please reserve 11/11 in your diary. Every year we will be here for a long time by the grace of God. Thank you very much. God bless you. Safe journey back to your various destinations. God bless.
Shall we give His Excellency Chief Oladokun a round of applause? Now we go for the national anthem. We thank all the people and Honorable Olongpoto representing East and West Oyo. We appreciate you. Honorable West Oketobo, we appreciate you. National anthem now. We are rounding up. Alhaji Marafa Akinyo. Oh yeah, national anthem. Hearty cheer to the Federal Republic of Nigeria. Hip, hip, hip. One hearty cheer to the great Lam Adesina, Mama Adesina, and the Adesina dynasty. Hip, hip, hip. One hearty cheer to the Federal Republic of Nigeria President Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu and our own Honorable Minister of Power, Adebayo Wahid Adelabu Kwenkelemes. Hip, 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 hip. One big hearty cheer to the All Progressive Congress family in Oyo State to remain united and strong. Hip, 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 hip. Thank you all. Thank you one. Thank you all. Thank you, DJ. Thank you, Edmond Obilo. Thank you. We appreciate you. Thank you all. Cameraman, thank you.